I'm about to flip the script, flip the switch, magic trick, watch this, watch this. I'm about to make you trip, make you glitch, camera click, watch this, watch this. I put it like gold, check out the view. Out with the old, then in with the new. I'm in my new era. I'm better in my new era. I'm better in my new era.
Hello and a very good evening, everybody. Welcome to the StoneX Stadium and to round 12 in the PWR. Yes, it's still raining in North London, but at least this week we don't need brollies and we have a great match in store tonight. The intrepid travelling Chiefs, third in the table, come up to the StoneX Stadium to face the second place team in the table to try and land a major blow in their aim to bring a semi-final back to Sandy Park. Well, Kat Merchant, 2014 World Cup winner, is alongside me. Kat, great to have your company again at the StoneX Stadium. What an opportunity for the Chiefs today.
Oh, a huge opportunity. I mean, they'd have watched the game last weekend with Bristol Saracens and saw that actually in the first half Saracens didn't show up, but boy can they finish. So they'll know the challenges that Saracens bring. But yeah, an absolute opportunity for them to just turn up, have a go.
We could talk about Saracens' performance last weekend, but events have overrun us today. Harlequins going down to Sale at the Mawson Stadium at Haywood Road. What did you make of that result?
I just so surprised. I know that Sale are a great team and they've got some fantastic players and they seem to be clicking, but I thought that Quins had enough to go up there and to get the win. So for them to come away with a close loss, that was a big shock to the league.
Chiefs will look at that and feel comfortable, I suppose, a little bit more in third position. But does it close the door on this being a four-way, five-way team challenge for those top four places with Quins losing?
I think there's still enough time left. There's enough rounds left, and it's so close in that top part. So there's still a bit of wiggle room, and we've seen that teams can beat other teams. You know, they can really put in shock performances. So I don't think it's a done deal just yet.
Trailfinders also beating Tigers, so they're in fifth position and possibly able to challenge the top four, do you think?
Yes, yeah, they're close. They're closing in there. They've got some good results as well this season.
This place is so hard to get to. We know the Chiefs have never won at the StoneX Stadium in their time in the PWR. You have played for Worcester Valkyries for 14 years in your career. Yeah. A famous team. And what was it like for you playing against Saracens, and what challenge do they represent?
Well, I played for Worcester, for 14 years. So I played in relegation battles and I played in the season where we won the Premiership, first non-London club to do it. And Sarries were always the team that you knew were just going to be so tough when you turned up, just mindset-wise, physical, smart. And one of my favourite memories is the first time we beat them after being beat by them 50-0 for years, and it was incredible. But I think we really clicked as a squad for Worcester that day. But yeah, Sarries have just repeatedly been such a great squad consistently for such a long time.
You must have been on the score sheet that day.
Yeah, always.
A couple of times.
Winger.
At least three,
Winger
right?
has to be, yeah.
Great stuff. Well, Kat, that's the thought of Kat Merchant, 2014 World Cup winner. Let's hear from the Chiefs head honcho, Steve Salvin, on what challenge awaits his team tonight. Steve, the Chiefs have never won at this place, and you know because you've been coming here for most of those fixtures as an assistant coach and now the head coach. Can you lay out the challenge that the StoneX represents?
Well, it's like most challenges in the PWR. When you go away from home, you know it's going to be immensely difficult to get a result. I mean, we've had 3 away draws this year, which would obviously be testament to that. Saracens, very strong here, obviously immensely physical. Have evolved a little bit in terms of the way they play, and we've tried to highlight that a little bit in terms of the things that we want to do this week. But we've always come here with a positive mindset, huge belief, and that's no different tonight.
The reward tonight, though, is even more. It's almost a classic 10-pointer, given that you chase Saracens in the league ahead of anyone else, land a result here, and you're going to really start pushing them for that second place.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, that's big picture, and being frank, it's not been in the conversation at all this week. It's just about trying to make sure we get the best possible performance against a very good Saracens side. You know, what can be a pretty hostile venue. And if we come out the right side of it, then we'll have a look at the league table afterwards.
What's the number one thing you have to get over here? Is it the defensive side of things, the Wolfpack element?
I think it's a combination of things. You know, they're an all-court team, and like I said, they've evolved this. They've obviously got a little bit of Kevin Rouet in there with the Canadian approach, which revolves a huge amount of really quick speed of ball, and that's something that you have to contend with if you are going to stop them scoring a good number of points. They've got a hugely physical forward pack, a very good line out. They're always disruptive around the breakdown, so I don't think it's one particular thing you have to go after. There's probably several things that you have to match, hopefully get a little bit of dominance in, and that gives you a chance.
You've got a couple of extra players in the back line that you can call upon. Claudia Maloney-McDonald starts again for the first time since November, and Merrin Elworthy as well. Great to have both of them back. I mean, what are they going to bring to tonight?
Oh, look, Claude's a world-class player. She can do things in moments in games that can turn games on their head. She can make, she can win 1v1. She can make line breaks. She's obviously got a phenomenal turn of gas. So we know that having her in the team increases our chance of scoring tries. Mez will obviously come off the bench this week, having had sort of minor operation on her going back 3 or 4 weeks now. Different player. Merrin's very good from an organisational perspective, very solid, developing kick game. She's one of our centurions, so she's played a huge amount of rugby for us, so she's got a real good understanding of the players around her. So from our perspective, it's great to have those two back tonight.
Good luck tonight, Steve. Hopefully we get to see both of them in action in ball in hand as well.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers, Steve. So that's the word from Steve Salvin and the Exeter Chiefs on the challenge that Saracens pose. Now, to argue the counterpoint, we've got Lewis Soanes and Zoe Harrison here. Lewis, can you tell us a little bit about what the Chiefs present and what they'll bring tonight and what analysis you've done on them this week?
Yeah, well, we always know it's a physical game against Exeter. They've got a big pack. They've started to move the ball a little bit more around this year, a little bit of an offload game, so we know there's going to be threats around there. In terms of what we looked at this week, we've concentrated on ourselves a little bit more, to be honest. We know the threats they're always going to bring. We know it's going to be a physical game, so has been a little touch on Exeter in terms of that stuff, but really just focusing on ourselves, and obviously a good win in the end last week, but obviously we want to start a little bit faster than we did.
So that first 20, that first half, I suppose, is a focus area.
Yeah, just in general tempo in our game. Like when we know when we play at tempo, like we're hard to live with. So we just want to get that from the off.
Well, luckily last week you had Zoe Harrison to call upon to kick the match-winning goal from 45 metres in the end. You know Zoe obviously so well. She's part of the Saracens pathway for many years. You've coached her. What is it about her, and sorry Zoe if this is in any way embarrassing, what is it about her that makes her such a match-winning player?
Yeah, obviously, well, the kick game, as you saw last week, but I think that's probably, you get tired with that brush quite a lot, and it's just still around like how she attacks the line, how she can manage the team around her. Obviously, stepping into a co-captaincy role this year has obviously improved her game that way. And then I think she probably don't get enough credit for your defensive work that she has. Like it's very tough in the backfield, especially against teams with fast edges and stuff. So how she covers that. So it's an all-round game, but definitely the leadership side of it that's developed this year massively as well.
And from your point of view, Zoe, last week, first half, Bristol obviously came at it really hard. Did you always know that you were going to come back, or was there a nervy point for you as a squad?
I actually said to the girls after, I just had something in my head that said that we're going to win this, and I don't know what it was. I think it was after even the third or fourth try, I was like, we're still going to win this. And I think after that fourth try, I just told the girls something in the huddle, and I said, do this, and it will change the game. And as soon as we got the ball in our hands, I shouted it again, and then the whole game just completely changed.
And then what about coming out today for this first half? Have you got a plan in mind or a mindset ready to be just like that second half last week?
I think we know it's actually just the mindset. We didn't come out firing last week, and we need to put that right. We can't let other teams score for our mentality to switch. It needs to be switched on from the first second.
Lewis, generally this season, how has Kevin Rouet's influence come in, and how has it affected the game model? We understand it's developing a little bit, but no one's really putting any flesh on the bones. How are Saracens developing their game model now?
Yeah, I think like when you actually look back to last year, we doesn't get talked about, but we had the best attack in the league. Obviously, we fell short in the final at the end, but we still had the best attacking stats in there. So it's not changed too much, but Kevin's just brought in a different eye, a different voice, obviously a bit of French flair in terms of how he likes to play, and what's been quite refreshing. Obviously, there's a lot of coaches that have been here quite a while, so developing our game the Saracens way, but just having that kind of a different person that's not been in the Saracens environment's eye on it, and obviously it helps with Liv Apps and those guys that have been around. Obviously not involved today, but Tori said it was outstanding last week in terms of just speeding up the game in and around the ruck there, which is what you've seen the evolution of that already.
And Zoe, Six Nations just around the corner, obviously off the back of your amazing World Cup win. Good performances as well in for Sarries. How excited are you to get back with that England squad?
Yeah, extremely excited, but honestly I haven't really thought about it. Like, my head is here with Saracens. We did win a World Cup. I came off the back of that and came into a co-captaincy role straight away, so my head had to go straight into being accountable for my actions and everyone else's actions. So my head is being completely with Saracens, and yeah, Six Nations is around the corner, but I haven't actually thought of it yet.
Okay, so we're more excited about it than you are right now. Yeah, okay.
Thank you so much, Lewis and Zoe. Feel free to go get ready now. Enjoy the game. We are very excited to watch it from our position. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Cheers, guys.
Now we're going to head up to commentary. Kat, we're going to get out of the rain, I suppose. Yep. But whilst you're nicely warm at home getting ready as well, watch this Saracens hype video. They're very good at these, and it gets us in the mood as well.
Saracens is a family, it's a wolf pack.
When we get on the pitch, there's all bets are off and nobody's safe.
But we really want to get back to winning championship titles, so now we want to go after the PWR.
We are Saracens.
There's only one team in London and it's us.
The Sarries fans, they bleed red, they're incredible.
The wolf pack lives up to its name. We protect each other, we go to battle for each other. We bring a brand of rugby that is brutal, fierce, and one of the best that you'll see.
We've got lots to prove this season and we've still got more to give. We've got a trophy to win. Just a whole pack, 115, we're all a threat. Watch out, we're coming.
A very good evening, everybody. Welcome to your and our Saturday nights in North London. It's not all suede shoes and crushed velvet in this part of town. There is rugby going on. It's a rare occurrence for us to be up here at the StoneX Stadium. Rain coming down, well, that's not new. But at this particular time slot, the PWR moves to prime time telly. Kat Merchant, we are up against gladiators tonight on the BBC. Serious opposition.
Absolutely, and there's going to be a battle out there as well tonight. But I love night games. I always, as a player, loved it. Bright lights, they just feel so much more important as well. So hopefully they'll provide us with a show.
It's going to be fun, and it's great to have your company. It's great to have some of the players who have been playing on this pitch since about 3 p.m. today. There's been community rugby across the afternoon, and now they wave the flags for their Saracens, and here are their Saracens. Just a couple of changes to the side, which beat narrowly Bristol last weekend. Alicia Corrigan comes in at 14 for Sydney Gregson, who shifts to 13, and Emma Hardy drops out of the 15. She's on the bench. In the forward pack, Gabrielle Senft on the blind side starts ahead of Georgia Evans, who's just a bit battered and bruised, we hear, after last weekend. There is, of course, Zoe Harrison, the match winner from last weekend, at number 10, captaining the side with May Campbell, the co-captain, in the front row. This is the bench, and Bryony Field really offers a strong deputy to Campbell in that front row. Louise McMillan in there as well. Amelia McDougall, turning 21 tomorrow, is in the 21 jersey for Saracens. And here's the Chiefs. Few changes to them, actually. They welcome back Claudia Maloney-McDonald after 2 or 3 months injury that she sustained has now been operated on, and she is back in action, and her right wrist is strapped up ready to go. So Maloney-McDonald wearing 11. Zoe Dare gets her first start in the PWR for Exeter Chiefs after impressing off the bench. She replaces Dorothy Wall, who will be hard to replace. Her carrying meters last weekend were impressive, but she's out with concussion. Now this is the Chiefs bench, and it's a bomb squad of sorts with Dalika Menin and Demi Swan in the front row, Gabriella Nigrelli waiting for her turn, and Merrin Elworthy back again in a Chiefs shirt, a centurion for this club, wearing 23. Mike Hudson in the middle for us tonight, and Alex Tessier waiting for her orders. Under lights at the StoneX Stadium. Second plays third in the PWR, and a victory for either one of these teams will really knock the other and their hopes of a home semi-final out of all proportion. It will be very difficult for the Chiefs to come back should they lose here tonight. They are hunting a first ever win at the StoneX Stadium. The Chiefs in white kicking off, and Harrison, after that match-winning performance last weekend. Gets the first boot on the ball for Saracens. Poula, first busy run from the Chiefs fullback. She was excellent last weekend in torrential conditions against Loughborough. Van der Velden in action, the Dutch international. She'll be off competing for the Rugby Europe Championship with her nation soon. Last outing for her in a Chiefs jersey. Flo Robinson digging for the ball and looking to keep tempo high. McGovern is monstered early on. In the second row this week, Julia Amakwale lays her mark down. And away go the Chiefs to the wing, still with ball, despite Amakwale leaving a dent on the Chiefs' attacking line. Here's Fayanati. Donna Rose, May Campbell, welcoming her to Saturday night in North London. Tessier, well, she has to go roundabout and then up. Finds a little bit of space and a breather for the Chiefs. They were in a pickle. Now Tessier gets it back. Kicked very well last weekend. It's not her instinct to kick as much as others out there in the PWR, but she kicked very well and she'll have to do that tonight. Zoe Harrison carries into contact. Tori Sellers, her halfback partner tonight, with Liv Apps out after concussion last weekend. So Sellers gets the 9 jersey, gets the start once more in a big game for the 21-year-old at scrum half for Saracens. She goes here, now looks for an offload. It's Rose, spins away and makes good yards. Does Donna Rose. Harrison almost finds Bridger, but the penalty was coming anyway, and 2 minutes of action, Cat Merchant, to get us underway tonight.
Yeah, really good. Exeter were doing some great big runners, hitting up, but the Sarries defence was just so strong. They were pushing them back, and then actually Exeter didn't really have much option other than to kick it, and then they had the aerial battle, which Sarries came off the better of.
And proof, if any was needed, that Zoe Harrison is in the kind of form that John Mitchell would hope that she's in from last weekend. The way she turned that match around and ended it with the match-winning kick.
Yeah, absolutely. And Exeter there just got done for not rolling away was the call, but they have got this line out now.
Titosi wanted at the back. Rather had it gratefully land in her path. It's probably more accurate on that one. Escaping on the outside. Lovely hand away, and the Chiefs are storming into the Saracens half. Maloney McDonald gets the first action of the night for her on her return. Doesn't quite take the ball with her. Lovely break down the far left-hand side. And the penalty comes after it. Hope Rogers standing up after doing some sterling work on the floor.
Yeah, that was a really nice attack to get it out wide. This initial carry here, just absolutely awesome. And then that offload one-handed, and there's just not quite enough room there for Claudia to really pin her ears back. So there's only about 30 centimetres of space for her, but great intention to get it wide and have a go and just show how dangerous they are out there.
Zoe Dare, who was linking well on her first start in the PWR. Someone who's come through in just a couple of seasons from captaining Cardiff University to joining Gloucester Hartpury and now the Chiefs. And in a match like this, of this magnitude for her new club, it's a big night for the Chiefs' number 6. Van der Velden, towering high. Allen, so impressive again last weekend. All season, it's been the same story for Allen. Van der Velden, as ever, making meters. Dare in support. Instead it goes to Abby Duguid in the 5 jersey, to Tosi. Chiefs putting everything together very nicely and into the 22. Alex Osterbury saying how important it is at this league and this stage against these kind of teams to deliver at this moment. And here's Maloney McDonald looking to deliver. She's got a foot in touch. Oh, that is cruel. On that, her return, what a story that would have been.
Oh, just that little tiptoe, I think, went into touch. But the work rate she's gone to go right from that left wing all the way round to the right. So it's the hands across, and you can just see it probably from this one. Yeah, just that little toe, I think, hitting the touch flag there.
Sydney Gregson looking at the assistant referee to be sure that she'd done her job, and she had.
speed of ball for Exeter is very good, though. They like to have their quick rucks. They like to move that ball quickly, which enables them to be able to get it to their wings as often as they do.
May Campbell more used to scoring from 5-metre lineouts, but he'd be going some to do that on this occasion. Chiefs might spoil, they don't. And Macaulay. Great take. She was wearing 7 last weekend, now in the second row, showing her versatility and always showing her power. She's stifled as well. And Sellers with the box kick gets that out, maximising the metres. Granzotto just a spectator to that box kick from Tori Sellers.
Yeah, nice, good exit strategy to just relieve the pressure that they've been under, but quite an evenly matched side so far. I know we're only into the first 5 minutes, but they're still testing each other out with some kicks in, with some big hits as well that we've seen.
To Tosi's turn, and it was way off, but was there a jump from Saracens?
There wasn't, no. So normally you'd get away with that one with the new laws of if they're not competing, doesn't matter. So I mean, it is not straight, but no compete, play on in my eyes.
Does give us the first scrum though, Cat Merchant, so that's to be appreciated. This will be a frontier of great importance for both teams tonight.
You're talking to a winger here, remember?
Sorry, Cat.
Yeah. Not against the scrum, but I wouldn't say I would look forward to them. Yeah.
5, 6, and hold.
Saracens with a little creak on, but nothing too damaging. They get it away. Bridger has to go by the boot, though. Granzotto with her first carry tonight. Try score in both of the Chiefs' last 2 fixtures. Rogers. Try score last weekend, the American loosehead prop, and this is shaping up again nicely on the left-hand side as they are really challenging Saracens. The Chiefs, Maloney McDonald, just can't quite take that.
Speed of ball from Flo Robinson is so great. She just gets to that breakdown, really looks to go quick. It's just not quite working out wide with their timing. They're just a little bit flat. And yeah, it's gone just behind her there, so she can't quite take it. She'll be frustrated as well because she'll be keen after being injured, like coming back, like getting in that. But it's a real killer as a winger when you get a pass behind you.
What's the conversation like between winger and outside centre when you get a pass a little bit too far behind you?
Well, the centre will tell you should have been deeper, and you'll tell him just put it where I am. So there'll be a little bit of a discussion of, but no, they'll just want to fix it. Really, they'll be saying, "Oh, do you need me flatter? Do you need me wider?" They'll just be having those conversations.
First 10 minutes, everything positive anyway.
Exactly. Yes.
Last 10, different conversation.
Yeah.
Stay at the tunnel.
Saracen scrum again under a bit of pressure, but Sellers is still getting that away. Robinson might intercept. She hacks on, still on here. Gregson's going back. She knows there's a real danger here. There's no advantage for Saracens. That was live.
Yeah, I was surprised they kept playing that because I got a hand to it off that scrum, but just knock on only. So it's a nice kick through though afterwards as well. And what's great is no one switches off because you've always got to play to the whistle just in case it's not been spotted.
Good height this side for us then. Keep it that way.
You can always hear the voice of Marley Packer, can't you? Double World Cup winner, always geeing him up from the scrum.
Still with those hints of the West Country accent. Rather, the overtones, really. She's a girl from Yeovil, very proud of where she's from. Relishes playing against the Chiefs for that reason especially. And Saracens have had themselves a little bit of the Chiefs scrum here.
Yeah, they've done hope there for stepping off is what they've said. Very scrappy into it. Initially it was play on, but you can see players looking a bit confused.
And Harrison has got good meterage again out of her kicks to touch. There were a couple of punts to touch last weekend when Harrison and co were helping to steady the ship that were right up there. 45 plus meters, no thinking about it. it was impressive stuff. Packer.
Just lost forward at the south.
Yeah, so line-outs for both sides, causing a bit of problem. Straight down the middle there, but it's just a hand. Whose hand got to it? Might be slightly harsh to say that's a knock on there. Couldn't really tell who had it first.
Poppy Cleal is at the back of the pack for Saracens tonight. After impressing in the second half last weekend, she gets a starting role this time out. Really helped turn things around for Saracens as they overcame a 26-0 first 35 minutes against Bristol to come back to win.
Tackle!
Rogers to Feanati. A little bit imprecise, and that allows Campbell to go through. And
Great
Campbell,
spot from Campbell.
Release!
right onto it, isn't she? Recently signed her first full England contract. May Campbell, 10 years after she first came on our radars. It's been a long journey for May Campbell to this point in her career, but what a player she is. Corrigan going, and that's lovely to Breach, who's involved for the first time tonight. Saracens fullback. Senft. She knows how to put herself about a bit. The blindside flanker, lovely back to Lottie Sharp. So good at cutting those rapid lines around the side of a ruck. Rose cuts a slightly different kind of line, but effective nonetheless. Then Clifford. And they're using the big names from close range. Immaculate.
Tackle!
Cleal now. Takes her time to line up Allen. Make sure that she targets Allen so Allen can't target her on the floor. Packer. Immaculate again. So impressive this season. Julia Immaculate. Cleal looks for support and it's there.
Push!
And Saracens with sustained pressure on the Chiefs for the first time. Chiefs snaffle it. Allen gets it back. The arch poacher in 7 for the Chiefs.
Stay, back foot, stay!
Don't feel too bad, she does it to everybody.
Stay there, Sarries!
Flo Robinson is going to take her time to get this right. And she does get it right, and it's a good exit.
Yeah, both sides I think are going to want to tighten up of when that ball is out, because both of them got a steal. Ball was out, was exposed. Need to put an extra body in there to make sure that it's not. You can see there just the reaction, the speed to just go in and steal that ball.
Saracens with set piece on the 22 for the first time. Packer waits, bides her time. Pops it in field to Gregson. Gregson gets up and goes again. Sellers with a couple of steps. Clifford and Cleal, and they're moving this nicely along the line here to bring in Jess Breach with more space this time. Breach into Poulard. And Poulard has mates around her to stop Jess Breach. Gabrielle Senft. After that break, the heavies go to work. Campbell picks and goes. The top try scorer in the league with 9. Cleal has it on the rip, and Cleal gets there. Saracens through a familiar route. It's a familiar tale. It's Poppy Cleal at the StoneX.
Yeah, really nice finish from Sarries there. Great to see Cleal, the one getting it over, as you said, made a good impact off the bench last week, gets to start this one. But that was really nicely ran through by Sarries, the way that they utilise their forwards, but they just, their forwards go into that back line and they utilise the hands. Breach there, really showing what she can do with her pace. She takes 3 defenders out wide to defend her. And then just a smart play, a really strong carry, a good steal off the carry from Cleal to then carry it on with that momentum. Great finish.
Harrison's conversion makes it 7. She kicked 5 from 6 last weekend, Zoe Harrison. Missed her opener, but not tonight. Tessier launches it into the night sky. The rain's still coming down. Chiefs with the better of this first 15 minutes, but Saracens with the only points. Harrison. Senft and Makwale. Sellers, good speed of ball, and it was something that Lewis Soanes pointed out before kickoff, how impressed the management were with Sellers last weekend. Saracens, of course, waiting for Ella Viervas to come back from injury, long-term injury for Viervas. They'll be welcoming her back soon. She still managed to bag a place in John Mitchell's England squad in January, the 47-player squad, even though she's injured, so very much on England's radar when she does come back. In the meantime, Sellers deputising well, whilst Liv Apps is also on the sideline.
Yeah, and here's that breakdown. I thought there's going to be a turnover potential, but more now to the live play.
Amy Rule into contact. Chiefs' front row riches are most impressive. Rule, Tutosi and Rogers starting this match. Menin on the bench. Lottie Sharp takes the ball and is taken by Granzotta. That's a suplex, isn't it, Cap Merchant?
Yeah, and a really well timed from Granzotta as well, because you can often get those wrong, and if you touch the player in the air, it's a penalty against, so she did really well, waited for her to land, and then nice hit on Sharp.
Here Lottie Sharp's been suffering with a bit of illness this week, on half-term from school, so recovering from all those bugs that you pick up.
Every single teacher I ever speak to always gets ill on half-term. It's just a thing that happens.
Pick through the middle from Jess Breach, rolling up her sleeves. Harrison just gets it to Packer in any which way she can. And then back to Senft, and this is get it to the edge at all costs. Here's Sharp, taken by McGovern, almost taking that cleanly.
Yeah, it looks scrappy. Knock on into touch given, but yes, it looks scrappy, but look how they can very quickly get it to the danger players out wide. Clever decision to kick it, I think, because covering defenders might have took her into touch, but Exeter are the ones that get it.
To the front, and Dare takes it. Cantona plays first receiver to McGovern, and then into contact goes Allen. Or Tutosi, excuse me. Senft gets it away. Saracens with good turnover ball here, but Chiefs resetting nicely. Harrison with a dink through, and it's hacked on by Dogood.
Just a little bit scrappy, isn't it? With there's clearly a desperation to play and to move things and go quick, whereas sometimes actually with the conditions. Good clear from Cleo. There's some people shouting in the stand saying they thought it was playing the 9, but referee clearing up didn't think 9 was there.
So Chiefs have had ever so slightly the advantage so far at the scrum. And bear in mind, they're without Emily Robinson and Dorothy Wall tonight. Robinson we expect to see by the next round of matches, which is in 2 weeks' time, on her comeback.
Okay, and make sure we bind when I say bind, please, not before that.
Let's go, team!
Let's go again.
Here we go!
Excellent field position for the Chiefs, about 55 metres of open side to work with.
Set!
And Robinson with a nice platform to work from, even though it goes down. McGovern. Maloney McDonald comes into the line and sees a gap, and Claudia Maloney McDonald is away, feeding Poulard. Granzotto's there, doesn't get it. Ball went to ground, maybe off a Saracens player, but the referee says play on. Lovely arcing break. That kind of impact is what the Chiefs have missed. The quality in the run from Maloney McDonald.
Not just the run, but then the link play as well, to move the ball, to not just take it into contact, keep it alive.
No, no, back.
McGovern's under this. Oh, she's knocked it on in the wet. Just moved at the last minute.
Yeah, I wonder if she lost that in the light, because it looked like she was about a foot too far back, and then obviously had to reach, and then they're really difficult to take when you try and take them with your fingertips. But here's that arcing run, that footwork to go around the dummy and pump, hand off, and it's that offload for me is the really important part of that. And then there's the, yeah, you can see she's just a bit too far away from it, and then the panic dive for it.
Crouch! Bind! Set! Say that. Use it!
Everything even at the scrum on this occasion. Sellers. Harrison thinks about a big wide pass off the left hand. Instead, it's out to Corrigan. This can be dangerous. Corrigan is so good at picking up a bouncing crossfield kick.
Yeah, that was, it's high risk, high reward, isn't it? Because if it goes to Exeter as well, then they're very isolated out there, so then it's just a one-on-one. But I like how it was clearly well communicated. Saracens knew it was coming because they come flooding through that middle. You have to wonder if that kick had been in a bit tighter rather than out wide. I think Saracens would have got to it first.
Chiefs' turn to play. McGovern off Cantona and Allen this time. Tessier can't touch that. Maloney McDonald has done very well and puts it on the toe. Granzotto is herring after this, the Italian. It's bouncing around for Harrison with Granzotto at speed coming up on her, but a high tackle.
Yeah, Granzotto, I think, just is the one there that came through it. But really like how Exeter just playing off of, you know, it doesn't matter if it bounced on the floor. A lovely kick from Maloney McDonald as well, and a really nice chase. And then, yeah, the high tackle, which you can't quite see from that angle, but yeah, you can see there she's gone neck.
Numbers 4.
Campbell and Macaulay. Ball sticking to her fingers, even though it seemed to have detached. She got it back again.
That's 1-9.
Chiefs shutting any momentum down, really. So Sellers is going to have to take this out.
Use it! Use it! No, use it!
Plenty of extra yards there. Off the line quickly is Allen. Harrison did well to avoid Chiefs' rampaging number 7 there. Campbell upright into contact, taking on Do Good physically. Bridger, great performance last weekend. Sophie Bridger. Harrison running once again.
Advantage.
Sellers wants to feed Cleo.
Just have to wonder, Saracens were going same way, but actually if they pulled it back to this left-hand side, they did have numbers out there. They'd done their job. Exeter are working really hard around the corner.
Amazing.
They've made it so if they came back the other way, it would be on.
Now. That's not rolling. Let's clear the tackles on quicker than that. Don't need to now.
They go off to the right. Exeter really flooding up on that outside, forcing Saracens to step back inside, but get done for not rolling away, and they've had a few of those there. Referee was just telling them, so they've got to watch out for that. Don't want anyone slowing the ball down, killing the attack.
Ball.
Claimed by Jodie Verghese.
Don't change.
May Campbell has to shuffle a few metres backwards. So it's up to Sellers and the backs. Bridger hit hard.
Release.
Takes it to ground. Recycles well. Campbell to Cleo. And that's cleaned out well. Donna Rose. Senft. Chiefs off the line very quickly. to shut this down. That was Amy Rule. Bridger sees a little more space and gets round Zoe Dare. Ball bouncing around though. Hope Rogers, she's there, magnetically bringing it into her arms. And Chiefs will begin from all this way away. So instead they use Tessier's boot. Alex Tessier, Canada's captain, in front of Canada's coach tonight. Kevin Rouet involved in the coaching staff at Saracens, of course, and Tessier, with all her talents, leadership one of them, leading Canada to the World Cup final back in September.
Yeah, really smart player as well, a real all-rounder, got a full skill set on her.
Immaculate, Packer, straight into contact, good run. Now Cleo, and Tessier knocks this on. So playing with an advantage, Saracens. Gabrielle Senft. Pick and go from Sellers. She's broken the line. Campbell wasn't quite with her.
Just lost ball in the tackle here.
Yeah, you can see the line speed as well from Exeter, really looking to fly up to try and squash the Sarries attack going out wide, but just got a hand in within that contact to get the knock on in there.
McGovern, third in the PWR points table. Behind her opposite number tonight, Zoe Harrison in second, and everyone behind Emma Singh for Gloucester Hartpury. Although not by much, Harrison just 14 points shy of Emma Singh.
Crouch! Bind! Set! Hold.
Inviting position for Saracens. Cleo picks and goes and looks to engage on her terms. McGovern takes her down. Sellers changes direction. Senft making it over to the blind side. Breach can't get it off her. Cleo, Immaculate, Verghese.
Tackle!
Saracens shoring up possession in these still damp conditions. Now Harrison puts speed on it. Lovely line from Bridger. Dragged back by her shirt. And that's about the only way to deal with some of these Saracens players at the moment. They are coming at speed. Senft into the collision and relishing it and turning forward. Rule and Rose in a tussle. Now back to the right-hand side. Clifford keeps her feet.
Hands and feet here, hands and feet.
And then Cleo goes again. She's got the first for Saracens. And another added to the tally. Saracens through the power names, through the famous players. Poppy Cleo goes again.
They're just so dangerous when they get in close, aren't they? They just really know what they're doing. They're not throwing it around unnecessarily. They get in tight. They have their power players. They all started from that back inside pass to just get in between the edge of the defence. And then from about now on, they're just bringing in their power players. And Cleo not content with getting one, goes for her second. It's a good finish as well. I mean, helped by her teammates coming and driving her through, but you've got to have the strength to go through it.
The forward scoring makes life a little easier for Zoe Harrison than when it's the backs. She's knocked over another from in front of the posts.
Yes, it's an easier day.
It's less glamorous though.
Yeah, that's true. You want the, I mean, the 45-metre one last week. Yeah, that's the one.
Saracens, stop it.
Sabrina Poulin under Harrison's kick. Sharp comes up and Poulin jets off again. She was whizzing around Sandy Park like a Starlink satellite last week. And tonight she's had a little bit less ball, but when she gets it, she really motors.
Rock.
Abby Duguid with a different kind of way of going through the gears, taking contact on her terms. Tessier back inside. McGovern now running the line, the fly half, acting as more of a strike runner tonight. She's mixing that up. Tessier, Allen, Granzotto, the little stop and go from the Italian. She's in great form, playing with confidence, but she's running out of road there.
Yeah, there just wasn't enough room for her, really. She did as well as she could, but it's almost impossible to avoid touch in that situation. Good footwork initially and a good handoff. Does really well to get to floor. I thought her feet were up in the air. I'm not sure, well, difficult. They're in line with it, we can't see, but from that angle there, it didn't actually look like she hit touch.
Back foot only, back foot.
Very comfortable on their own line at ball, Saracens. Cleel, Harrison, wanting to get it back off her number 8. Now this is falling, maybe better for the Chiefs. It gets out to the wing in the end. Here's Corrigan, and they'll play advantage here.
Tackle off the ball.
So I think it was Gregson who was tackled off the ball here. Made that quite apparent to the referee. She wasn't going to be having it.
Was it 12, son? Tackle off the ball.
So it's hands going across. Yeah, she's tackled before the ball there by Tessier.
So Harrison launches it into touch. At this point last week, Kat, and you were on commentary with Nick Heath, of course, it was a very different story, wasn't it? Saracens were all at sea.
Yeah, Bristol just really went for it, but a bit like Zoe Harrison said in the build-up to it, even up here on commentary, when Bristol were 4 ahead, it just didn't feel like it was going to be enough, because you just know how strong Saracens can be in the second half, and they are the comeback queens.
Wasn't even their biggest comeback, was it?
No.
They've done it before against Harlequins from even further out than 26-0 down.
I was on the comms for that one as well, so I'm clearly a good luck charm for Sarries when they're behind. Yeah.
Donna Rose and Macaulay. Senft chucking herself into all things tonight. Tori Sellers likewise.
Leave now, leave!
Former Worcester player, Cat, as well. I'm sure you'll appreciate the heritage. Campbell with a bump on a back rower. And Zoe Dare. Harrison loops this out nicely into the path of Senft, and Macaulay is charging towards the line. Julia Macaulay for Saracens to go all the way, and she gets there.
Touch, I think.
With a foot in touch.
Oh, she looks so dangerous running down that wing, didn't she? Yes, she's second row today, but can play back row as well, but really showing her pace here. Great 2v1, and then look at the speed that she's going here. Great cover tackle. Really fantastic tackle there to get her across, hit that corner flag.
Sabrina Poulin was it. Canadian on Canadian. Goodness me.
As a back 3 player, you don't really want a second row running around the outside of you. That's one for pride.
The second row who can play in the back row.
Yeah.
Chloe Robinson.
Stop.
Harrison takes that well. Hit bar hard by a Red Rose teammate, Melanie McDonald. It's worked back here. It might work for Saracens. They'll come all the way back.
Sarries fans not happy with that one, but extra ball it is. Sarries going into touch. Hear the voice of Marley Packer there, I believe, saying we've got control of this game. So leadership right there, telling them they can calm down.
Dare in the air and sealing the ball. Rogers.
Leave now, leave!
Saracens penalty, and Maisie Allen takes a turnover like that personally.
It's not forward by a foot on the floor, and then your players place it, then replace it and play on the ground. No, there's nothing. Easy.
So just going to watch into this one. So Rogers is the one who carries. Thought it came off the knee, but I'm not quite seeing that one.
Saracens up shot. Another turnover for them. They are the turnover queens this season. No one has done that more than any other team. Chiefs are very well stocked in that department. Saracens from 6 metres away. Campbell to a Macaulay. Packer goes in on the ball. Here they go. Campbell looking for it. It'll be Marley Packer. It'll be a third, and it is all the forwards telling the Chiefs who's boss tonight. Packer after 2 from Poppy Cleal.
Yeah, great again. Just good execution. You heard it from earlier. They were saying we're in control of this game. They don't need to do anything crazy. Just stick to the things that they do well, which is driven line-outs with their great experienced back row able to score. Timed really nicely as well. When to peel and go for it.
It's that lead-out train of Kelsey Clifford, though, that has done so much damage there.
Yes, and I think forwards will be the first to say it really is a teamwork effort into it.
Harrison makes it 3 from 3, 21 points to 0 to Saracens against the Chiefs, just a place below them in the league table. But right now, they are being put at several paces distance.
Yeah, they've had some opportunities and they've just not quite gone their way. That, you know, the one right up here in the 5 metre, but they've just got to execute now to stay in this game.
Packer's claim and Senft and Saracens are getting the first 35 minutes absolutely right this week. Who would have been leading the tellings off, do you think, this week at Saracens after last week? For that
last week, who they would have been? Oh, I think they'd have all. I think you just know. It'll be one of those in the changing rooms where you just go, yeah, we don't even. I'm sure they would have spoke about it, but there'll just be a group feel of, okay, this isn't good enough. We're better than this. Let's go prove it.
I got the sense that Marley Packer enjoyed being so many points down because she got to challenge herself when you've done it all like she has. Those are the occasions where it's more enlivening.
Yeah, games are always more fun to win when they're really close and they're hard fought. They're much better than beating someone 50-0. No one actually enjoys those games, I don't believe. Whereas actually, tight fought game, you come from behind, there is nothing better.
One, stay square.
Tessier's kicked a touch, and Chiefs in need of something before half-time. It's that moment again where it changes the picture if Chiefs can cross.
But it really does, because if they can score now, they go in at half-time going, right, more of the same. There can be like a positive vibe, whereas if you go in 21-0 down, it's a very different story. It's hard to grasp those positives.
They win it at the front. Under pressure, though, they did well. Totosi gets it back. Feyanati finds a little hole. Maddie Feyanati has won a lot of plaudits in recent rounds for her carrying. Not seen too much of her tonight. Van der Velden, the next to go. Dugut held up by Senft and Rose. Dare tries to look for an offload. It's gone forward. Gregson fumbles around with it, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, just Exeter have not been clinical enough, and especially not in the 22. I think there's 2 real opportunities they've had on, and that one there being one of them, and it just needs to go to hand, or just, you know, hold on to those. If you're not sure, keep hold of it, keep playing.
Okay. Crouch! Come. Can you sit there? Just come out. Everyone else is fine. We've got some good scrums where you found your gap. If one of you is causing a problem with the gap, we'll just free kick you. All right? You kick your head on the inside, you get your head on the outside. That is it.
I'm keeping my neck straight for safety reasons.
Just go in the hole.
Let's go, then, cuts. Here we go.
Kelsey Clifford and Amy Rule, 2 of the best in the business internationally, discussing and just going over the detail of the fine art of scrummaging.
Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Chiefs get a heave on here, the best of the match so far. Cleel still comfortably brings it away. And look at the meters she's eating up now. Bumping into players and releasing Corrigan. Alicia Corrigan away on the right wing for Saracens. Allen's back for the Chiefs. Senft in support. Saracens hunting for more points before half-time. Rogers has got in here and slows it down. And that gives Chiefs precious time to realign and stop Saracens from scoring 4 first-half tries, as that's their mission right now.
Play on. Everything through your chest. Play on.
Immaculate has to start from a standing position, and doesn't she like the challenge? Zip on the pass from Sellers and Harrison, and Sharp gets it. Van der Velden working so hard. And Rose.
Release!
Her green boots are upended in contact. Harrison has to kick that. Didn't get as much time as she hoped after the stumble. What a gain of ground that is from Zoe Harrison, but it's the moment that ends the half. It's been immaculate from Saracens. 21 points to 0. They lead against Exeter Chiefs. 2 tries from Poppy Cleel from number 8, another from Marley Packer at number 7. They are heading towards the right result for themselves. A much better first half this week, and they lead the Chiefs. We'll catch up on the highlights of the first half after this short break.
New era.
Hands and feet black.
19 carries last week for Evie Gallagher. A phenomenal amount. Now they come around the corner. Smith didn't give it first time. Might have the room to send Dement in. Dement with the little offload. And it's Millie David into the corner. And Bristol strike first. Gallagher from Dement.
Release tackler.
New Zealand international will be much more pleased with the outfit she signed up to, getting the results that they have been. And it's Dement. And it's a stop go. And that is international class from Ruahei Dement. What a finish. Great defence from the team, second in the league. Another pick and go. Cunningham again.
Stay on side.
Gallagher's there. Knew that she was going to attract the attention of Georgia Evans. It was great from the Welsh flanker. Byrne. Is she sensing that there's the weakness to try and find the line? Sarah Byrne. What have Saracens got in reply? Macmillan, oh, it's gone over the top. It missed the Scot they were aiming for and found Lana Skeldon of Bristol. Smith, lively miss pass to find Jazz Joyce Butchers. Looked to try and get on the outside. It was a really solid tackle from Lottie Sharp. Buisa took the ball and just retracted a metre or two. Packer thought there was a cherry to nibble on there at the bottom of that. Byrne swats it away. Smith looking to attack the space. I think she wanted Millie David on the cut line back inside, but they'll take the width. Maisie Davis. Dement. Is it opening up again? Oh, and it's Byrne, and Byrne is on the shoulder of Dement, and Sarah Byrne for the line once more. Oh, what a finish! Immaculate. So many names on the Saracen side, we barely mentioned they've had such little ball, but now they're able to drive. First time they've really entered the 22 with ball in hand.
Out. She's leaving, don't hold her in.
Saracens edging ever closer under the arm of Immaculate. Getting close to the line, finding the line and over. Try scored. Gallagher trying to disrupt, and it's there
Tackle!
again from Evans, and now Marley Packer wanting to just deny the ball getting to ground and keep it alive and keep going forwards. Balogun in there.
No hands, wait!
Saracens looking for their second score. Donna Rose.
Hands off!
Packer. Little more width, little drive. Clifford got close.
Hands up!
Saracens to show that anything you can do, we can do too.
Behind the line!
Two teams who've been having very different seasons. Just close. Balogun can see how close that line is. Clifford knows where she wants to put it and manages to. Execution of what they do with the ball post-penalty award is so fast as well. Referee's barely blown the whistle and they've kicked it into the corner. They know what they want. They know what is available to them here. It's a solid drive. Saracens getting towards that line. May Campbell crashes over. Now it's with Apps, who gets it away, and through Macmillan. Knocked on in that tackle. Immaculate will use that knock-on advantage and stride through another tackle. Apps for breach. Harrison. Oh, it's opening up for Bridger. Bridger straightening up. Gets the ball away. Couldn't quite find Apps, but it goes backwards and Liv Apps to finish it under the posts.
That's fine.
Sellers does well to bring it out. Immaculate. Harrison again. Bounce pass. Gregson.
Keep working back.
Delaney Burns tried to get in and get that away. Saracens taking meters at close quarters. And they drive. Saracens looking to take the lead in this fixture for the first time. Driving for the line, just stopped. Shorter again they go. They've got the players with the nous and the grunt up front. Saracens looking to get the score. They smuggle it onto the line. Need to try and make the meters here to stay on terms with Saracens, having led the match for 71 minutes. They needed to do more to protect that ball. Body on the line from Cleal. They're all lined up behind this maul. Bristol Bears, there's no suggestion that this is going to get any width on it whatsoever. Referee encouraging Bristol to make sure that they arrive upright. They don't want players just going off their feet to try and secure possession. And now they have the penalty advantage. Now we've got a bit of a signal from behind this ruck, and they step back in through De Vera. Was well met. Gallagher into Senft under penalty advantage. And the referee's going to blow it. Kira Bevan's gone, not from the mark again, or was it? It was. What a grandstand finish we have here. Surely we can't be destined for another draw in the PWR. Sent back from Bevan. Dement sends it away. Breach covers good ground to take it on the full. Then finds Harrison. Harrison stepping out of one. Good ground from the Saracens. Fly half. Penalty Saracens. Bristol not rolling away. The home fans encourage it. Zoe Harrison for Saracens. It's going to have enough, and it's got the radar. It's 3 points for Zoe Harrison, and 3 points that put Saracens back in the lead with 2 minutes on the clock.
New era.
All those twists from last weekend here at the StoneX Stadium, and maybe plenty more twists in the second half. But this is how we've got to this point. Saracens in cruise control, 21 points to 0. Let's have a look at the scores. And Kat, Exeter had the brighter start, but then when Saracens went through the gears, and this really was maybe the pick of the three, breach involved and then the forwards taking over.
Yeah, they really did just get it to the edge, and then off of that, their power players come in, and it's Khalil to go over to get them ahead. But really, Saracens, right from the outset, have just been really, really brutal, is a word that I'd use to sum up their performance so far. Clinical as well, but just physically so powerful.
Khalil will get on the end of this one, but it was a different construction with Bridger on that bursting line through off Harrison's pass.
Yeah, and the difference is there's been some balls going to ground. They've been offloading, not necessarily the cleanest, but they just play on with what they've got. And then this great team effort here to get over for Khalil's second try, the powerhouse behind her, driving her through. And you can see Marley Packer punching her fist in the air.
Saracens' heartbeat in the forwards. Packer didn't want to give this one up, and May Campbell usually on the end of these, but this was splintering too quickly. Packer rightly finishing it off.
Yeah, just peeled off right at the right time.
Instead of being an apartment, I hope she's found a local London pub that will serve her well and give her a huge ring.
So Marley Packer's last score gives a Saracens tinge to this Saturday night. A heavy one, 21 points to 0. And Kat, in the Chiefs changing room right now, what can they do? What do they need to do? And what are the chances of Saracens slipping their focus and letting them back in it?
Yeah, I think for Exeter, it's not a lack of effort. They're really trying things, but it's almost a case of being more clinical. So if you see that 50-50 offload, instead of trying to keep it alive, just keep playing through the phases, because they've got a really good pack. They've got great backs as well. They've got a fantastic side. They've just not quite been clinical enough.
They don't really deserve to be on nil today. They've played very well.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it, but just a couple of handling errors here and there that just, they'll be gutted. But I think if they can keep hold of those and come out for the first 5 and just come out firing but clinical, that's where they might catch Saracens off guard if they relax.
Well, we will see. But before we get to that point, here is a reminder of the tries of the week from round 11 last weekend.
Yeah, for sure.
New era.
A bit more directness from the cherry and whites. That's their bread and butter. And then a hole opens up from nowhere, and Kate Williams goes foot to floor for a fabulous finish. The HIA replacement making her minutes count.
Gallagher from Dement.
Release tackler.
New Zealand international will be much more pleased with the outfit she signed up to, getting the results that they have been. And it's Dement, and it's a stop-go. And that is international class from Ruahei Dement. What a finish. She's met by Sarah Byrne, who'll be the first to celebrate. But that was something else from a world-class 10.
Oh, Nevo Dowd is an offload machine, and she has got a battering ram on her shoulder. Maud Muir is going to drag every last Quins defender with her, but she just doesn't have quite enough extension in her fingertips to round off a wonder try.
So for me, that's on the line. Are you sure?
Yeah,
or on the
agreed,
line?
Tash.
Okay, cool. So
she is down with pressure, and and the ball hits the line.
okay, thank you. So we've got downward pressure, and it's on the line, so it's going to be a try.
Two-finger downward pressure.
It's so
Dement. Is it opening up again? Oh, and it's Byrne. And Byrne is on the shoulder of Dement. And Sarah Byrne for the line once more. Oh, what a finish! Sarah Byrne, 2 tries in 2 minutes.
Hurd, Shekels, Delavale fends off Torley, and then she gets a little bit of help from Parry, who's trapped to the bottom, and Mo Hunt ain't hanging around. She wants to drive the tempo. Early try scorer at the Stoop. Oh, it's a beautiful ball, and somehow slots Tui Pelosi through a hole. A cannonball careering in from 40 metres. Super Cecilia takes off and blows the roof off Kingsholm.
Apps for breach. Harrison. Oh, it's opening up for Bridger. Bridger straightening up. Gets the ball away. Couldn't quite find Apps, but it goes backwards and Liv Apps to finish it under the posts.
New era.
Some major plays in that pick of the week. We'll see what happens this weekend. Right now we're looking at the back of the World Player of the Year in Sophie de Goede, lying out of action, unfortunately, at the moment for Saracens after her World Cup and the number of injuries she sustained. She picked up the World Player of the Year. Kat Merchant, you'll know more about this, with at least a couple of injuries and still was better than anybody else.
Yeah, she really was. Her performance was just outstanding. Just week on week, the consistency that she has to perform above and beyond is just next level. She did try and escape the cameras there, didn't she? We wanted to stalk her and she was moving away, but we got her.
She knows what she's doing at all moments.
Yeah, just too cool. Yeah.
But she's been on television as well recently, commentating and analysing it, and her ability to analyse the game is very high as well. She's clearly a deep thinker about the sport.
Yeah, it's the smart players are often really good at that, the analysis side of things, because of the way that they see the game and they see it before it even happens. But yeah, incredible player.
She was out here running earlier tonight to get herself as fit as possible. We don't know when she's back. No one seems to know, but it's a conundrum that will soon, we hope, have a conclusion. But no one's giving any weeks at the moment for when Sophie de Goede's back. Saracens, in this match at least, faring pretty well in her absence. Harrison kicks off. McGovern kicks to touch. And coming out firing with clarity, as you say, Kat Merchant, for the Chiefs is the first objective for these opening 5 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. Just don't give Saris the chance and just shut everything down, but no flying out the line. Just keep him really consistent.
Immaculate rising so high. And then Saracens shear away. Some easy meters made by the Saracens pack. Sellers. Turnover Chiefs.
Yeah, good turnover for them. You can hear them as well, just doing really positive language to the referee, like, ball, we've got that, girls, rather than shouting anything that Saris have done negatively. It just paints the picture to the referee. So they get in there really well, because Saris initially get it rolling, but it does go to ground. They don't have to roll because it was a maul. So they'll come away with the put in now.
Flo Robinson, the vice-captain for Chiefs. With Maisie Allen, the skipper. Still a single England capper, Flo Robinson. But in John Mitchell's squad for the Six Nations, or at least the preliminary squad. We'll see if she can add to those caps in April. Maddie Feanati almost certainly will be adding to them in some fashion, should she stay fit. Do good. Whipped right back to McGovern, and she has time to pick her angle. Corrigan, Jess Breach, see some space here. Brings in Lottie Sharp, who takes a bang to the head, I think. Easy. Instantly recoiling. And Chiefs completely understanding the situation, backing off her.
Yeah, whenever you see like a head knock, teams are so good now at just being straight on it, and like player safety just has to come first. So there is more to life than rugby, and players understanding that and respecting injuries is really important. Looking at what builds up, and there's a bit of head in there, so There's no TMO today, is there? So they won't be calling anything in, but that did look like, well, you can see from where she's bleeding, there's head contact there.
It's Tosu with blood, but it's Lottie Sharp who there is most concern around.
Yeah, we hope that she's alright, but in games with TMOs, that'll be looked at, and that's a card there going off to bunker. So today without that, might not come to anything.
We have seen that Lottie Sharp's eyes are open, and by the way, as the medics take their time.
So don't wait, head to Saracens.com now to secure your seat, and I will see you there.
So let's have a listen. Mike Hudson speaking to the captains.
It is upright, she is up fault, she is upright, she can be lower. We do see it as a little bit of a glance step, so it's going to be instigated down to yellow. That's the decision. It is, yes, but there is a bit of a step as well, alright? So it is mitigation. It's going to be a yellow card.
Okay, yeah, so there we go. So it is going to be a yellow card, which is right call because it is head contact.
It's going to be a yellow card, okay? Sorry.
So here you can see they are both upright, which was Zoe's point, but referee said there was a slight step from Sharp, which is what has given it that mitigating circumstance.
What a spot in the moment as well from the officials to be able to confidently make that call, and it's the right one.
Yeah, definitely. That the referee's mic then turned it up so I could hear him, and then when he blew that whistle, and he burst my eardrum. So the glamorous side of doing commentary when you don't turn the mic down.
You have to be right on the ref mic gain, don't you?
Yeah.
It's the hazards we're dealing with.
Exactly. It's not all glamorous up here.
It is mostly glamorous though.
It is, I do love it.
You have a warmed jacket.
I do have a heated jacket. It's the best thing I've ever bought in my life.
And double gloves this weekend?
Just single gloves. Okay. I do have the second pair with me, but it's not that cold, so single gloves.
Out now, out!
Is that a hint? Do you want my spare gloves? You can have them.
I'm gloveless, but I'm happy gloveless. And these Saracens are very happy, aren't they? Mauling their way forward.
Well, it's where they're happy. They're in control of the game generally, and now they get it out, and they just feel happy here, and now they're able to get it wide.
Breach with space, feeds Corrigan, who lines them up. Great tackle coming across from Maloney McDonald. She watched those hips closely and nailed her woman. Sellers. Saracens with quick ball. There's another injury here, which is head on head again.
I missed this one in the live play. I was looking at how they were shaping up out wide, so it will be interesting to see what happens in this one. So you can see defenders coming up. Is it the clearer that gets her? I'm just trying to look at what's happening here. Oh, it's her own player. Own player head into face, was it?
Yeah, it could well have been those two tacklers wrapping rounds.
You can get those. I had Laura Keats, England player, and Worcester player. She tackled a player into me. I was set up. She tackled from behind, so I basically got headbutted by Keats is pushing a player into me. It can happen when you go for double tackles.
So whilst we have time on our hands, we've been busy behind the scenes preparing a little package on just how good Julia Immaculée is. Now, Kat, trying to tackle Julia Immaculée, how would you go about trying to do it?
I think you just have to try and go as low as possible, close your eyes and hope, because when she gets on a stride, it's so difficult because she is so long-legged as well. You're going to get kneed, you're going to get hip bones, and she's so strong with it as well. So, yeah, I think I'd just be hoping she didn't run at me, to be honest. But no, she's been, and then look at the gas as well when she's running down here. so speedy, and you have to say a fantastic cover tackle. Really smart, using her body weight and momentum to swing her round into touch. Really clever. But yeah, Immaculée, what a player. She's having a great game tonight.
Sabrina Poulin with the definition of how to tackle Juliet Immaculée. She was a wrestler before a rugby player, and I suppose you can see some of that in the way she goes about the pitch.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, 11 off, yeah, 11 off 14, so 11 please, 11.
So Francesca Granzotto's having to make way because of Tutosi's yellow card. So coming on is El Febri. Just a second appearance in Chiefs colours for El Febri. Her first game against Leicester. Now she's in action again, and now she's in the thick of it. With all due respect to the Tigers, this is a very different set of problems that she's being presented with. Free kick. Well, it won't get to the scrummaging part.
He said it earlier, didn't he, when he pulled them both aside and said, either of you close that gap, it's going to be free kick. So he's backed that up.
Tessier keeps this low and doesn't have the height to go over Breach, so Corrigan fields it. Now Harrison quickly moving this down the line. Bridger off her left boot with good space seen in behind, and that bounces kindly.
Yeah, just those are the things that we were talking about, that they just need to be so clinical, and Exeter weren't there. You can't miss a kick, penalty kick to touch, because Saracens will punish you. The way they get that ball, they move it down the line. I think she recognises the people outside her are far too flat, so she puts boot to ball really nice, and now they're really putting pressure on Exeter with the line out into their 22.
With their new hooker on in February, and Immaculée rather licks her lips at the prospect and gets the ball back for Saracens. Clifford goes down the blind side. Immaculée, here she goes again. Hands on the floor from Chiefs. Sellers is keeping the ball very quick through the ruck. Cleal is knocked back really for the first time in the contest. Here goes for Geese. Made her PWR debut for Saracens against the Chiefs in December. Breach. Couple of players marshalling her. Sharp picks up, she's back in action and offloading. Senft. Harrison wanted the ball, she's going to get it here. Now she gives it to Bridger. Corrigan very careful on the right hand touchline. She comes back in field, barging players out the way. Campbell takes that on. And Saracens operating at a furiously high speed again. Packer, Cleal. Can the Chiefs live with them here? Sellers waits, makes it for the right person. It's Kelsey Clifford who rolls and scores. And Saracens go again, and it's exactly the same route. The big pieces in the Saracens pack being played, and being played so well. Kelsey Clifford this time.
Yeah, it felt inevitable, didn't it? As soon as they got there close to that line, they were picking through the middle really quickly in the build up to that. Then they decide once it's on, they'll go wide. From Corrigan, fantastic strength to be that close to the try line and be able to bring herself in there, really good. And then Clifford, just really nice, gets herself lined up. Still 2-3 players to beat, turns her body really strong to score that one.
2 tries last weekend for Kelsey Clifford. The account opens tonight, but I think she's heading off after that. Job done.
Yeah, you can take a break. Well done. Bonus point try. Off you go. Yeah.
The score here at the Stonex Stadium is Saracens.
Harrison maximises it, so 28 points to 0 for Saracens against a depleted Chiefs side, as Tutosi is still off.
Okay, good to go.
And what must have been a very hopeful bus journey up here, and was a promising 20 minutes to begin the match, is fast fading. Harrison, massive amounts of meters on her punts out of hand.
Yeah, she has done tonight. She's definitely got her kicking boots on, which she often does.
Does she have any other boots?
No, I don't think so. But it just helps relieve the pressure, doesn't it, when you've got a 10 that's so confident to just put boot to ball, clear when she needs to, keep defences honest and sat back as well.
More airtime for Zoe Dare, and claiming it.
3 out now.
El Febri looks to get on the ball. So Negrelli is on. And that is, I think, an HIA switch for Maddie Feonati, who's failed her HIA. So Negrelli into the back row. Also Kate Smith on for Chiefs. Robinson. Dalika Menin, she can be so dangerous and really influence matches from this kind of time, but not when you're 28 points to 0 down, surely. She'll try nonetheless. Maloney McDonald.
Knock on the tackle only.
Lovely from Tessia, that was outrageous. Canadian flair.
Yeah, they're throwing everything at it, aren't they, Exeter? But just Sarri's defence is so strong. But there was a knock on in the tackle. You can just see the hand come in there. So referee spotted it. So they're playing with the advantage. So they might as well try something. Look at that, the through the legs from Tessier as well. Love that.
Where'd you put that in the stats column? That one.
Oh yeah, I don't know. They need to create a new one. I feel. I only ever did one of those in my career in a ruck, hands in, and I just threw it between my legs, and I hoped someone was there, and they were, and it was great. But afterwards they were like, "Oh, great bit of skill," and I was like, "Oh, I don't like it." Like, I think you're crediting me a bit too much, but yeah.
Chiefs from the scrum. Now heading the line, Maloney McDonald, but the ball going forward. Oh, she's in patches, sparkling, Maloney McDonald, but another nearly moment for her tonight.
I think it's a nearly moment. But back first game, you can see she's frustrated because the thing is, she's so dangerous, and occasionally it can just not really be your night, and the ball can just get away from you. But because if she holds that, I think she's through. She probably scores.
You can see that she's got her right wrist strapped. She had a particularly nasty injury, but it's the kind of one which can happen to anybody. It's very common on the rugby field and away from it. It's when you fall over and put your hands out. And she broke a scaphoid bone. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And had to have a little operation, including a pin put into her wrist.
Fine. Set.
Saracens scrum.
Behind.
Bridger just taking on Chiefs with no other plan than making meters for herself. That's the kind of night they're having. Everything's working out. Sharp, lovely burst from Lottie Sharp. She's away. Sizes up Poulard. Takes on the Canadian international, the American international in Sharp. Lovely break and a classic break. This is over to the corner. Corrigan has acres to work in, waits for the bounce, picks it, and Saracens have their Saturday night suede shoes on finally. The backs this time enjoying their moments under the lights. What a score from Corrigan.
Well, that's what you get when you play with a pack that's so strong and has been dominating and scoring all those tries. It causes defences to come in tight, and this is all from Lottie Sharp. That break there, really clever, good footwork, does enough to hold time, buying time for her mates to get there, and then beautiful from Harrison, absolutely beautiful. And Corrigan holding her width and pace, and they're not easy ones to pick up when you're right by the touchline as well. Artificial surface, so bounces can sometimes be slightly unpredictable, but great finish, love that one.
It bounces off the post from Harrison, so the only kicking blemish for her tonight as she adds, well, Saracens add a 5th score.
Yeah, just really nice and showing again. I like when, like, Sarries are a smart team. We know they're a physical team and it gets spoken about a lot, but they're also a really smart side. So by dominating up in the forwards, they've recognised the space is on and they've gone for it.
So 4 from 5 kicks from the tee for Zoe Harrison tonight. So that will picture just about her season's percentage then. She's on 80% kick success. That's the top equal kick success percentage with Emma Singh. And why does this matter, Kat Merchant? Because the kicking, international kicking these days, it's becoming more and more important, and kickers like Zoe Harrison, in the past maybe England didn't need to rely on her. Over the next 4-year cycle, it's likely that there will be more moments when matches will be decided from the tee.
Oh, definitely. And even the in-hand kicking, it's an area of the game that I've seen develop the most from when I was playing to now. It wasn't even back three, maybe your fullback kicked, but your wingers certainly didn't. And now it's an expectation that your 10, your 12, all of your back three are competent kickers and able to go. And it's the skill level has increased 100-fold and it's still going. And yeah, to the dedication and the practice that they must put in to be able to nail the kicks like that, you've got to respect it.
An 80% kick success is right up there. It's really impressive.
Well, especially as Sarries do score a lot of tries through the middle, so those ones you're going to nail, but they also do score a lot out wide, which we saw in the highlights package. They do like to move it, so you're getting some touchlines ones in there to hit that 80%.
Stats in rugby, by the way, and we're only prattling on about these things really because our referees right now are having to change microphones to actually change referee potentially.
There's an injury we're just hearing.
Yeah, unfortunately Mike Hudson, it happened in England-Ireland match today and now at the StoneX Stadium, so that's why we're seeing these, and we hope very much Mike Hudson's okay. I'm sure he is ultimately, but it does give us more time. I mean, statistics in rugby, Cat, for anyone out there who's seen a few statistics banded about scrum success, line-out success, and thinking, oh, that's pretty good, isn't it? And commentators are going on about how bad it is. I mean, if you're anything below 90 at scrummaging, no good. Anything below 80% line-outs, no good. But kicking, anything above 80 is very impressive.
Yes, and it's all relative, isn't it? Because your own scrum put in, you're expecting there's a lot more expectation on that. So you're right, the stats should be really, really high. But kicking, because it can be from anywhere on the pitch, and sometimes it'll be taking a punt and having a go at it when actually not even expecting to get it. But yeah, 80% is great. So twice in a day we're seeing a ref replaced.
Our new man in the middle, James Pidding. He's been on the sideline all match, so very much at the tempo of the game. And that was pretty swift work in terms of getting the technology switch from Mike Hudson to James Pidding. And he's going to have to move around quickly here because Saracens are moving quickly. Gregson, draw and give is good. Bridger releasing Corrigan again, and she loves the chase. And Tessier, her countrywoman, is in front of her. On at the back is Merrin Elworthy. Welcome back to her, to Chiefs action. Straight into it.
That was great from Merrin. Really well gathered and then released it so she could get back up again. Excellent impact.
Tessier. Harrison. Running, passing, kicking. She's been immaculate. And that was slightly loose, but it works out. Bridger was tidying up. Campbell. Sellers. Rose. This Saracens front row, with a front row that beat the Chiefs in the final of the PWR when the two met 3 years ago. A lot of consistency for Saracens over the past 3 years, and Cleo doesn't quite spot the space to kick that through.
Did, however, go 9, two rucks in a row there to get the ball out, showing her versatility.
So Lucy Nye on at scrum half for Chiefs. They are having to chance their arm. Everything is a little looser. Zoe Dare looks for an avenue forward.
Well, I think at 33-0 down, that changes the picture from instead of like being let's be clinical, let's take our time. Now, if they're slightly more risky, well, what's the harm? So do throw those 50-50s because the risk, the reward outweighs the risk.
And it has to be about a bonus point for Chiefs, I suppose, Kat.
Yes, at this point, it's very unlikely you're going to chase down 33 points. But, yeah, really staying in the fight for them, as we said, because the top of the table is looking so tight with those top four.
Sellers has put excellent distance on that. Poulard claims it nicely. Naomi Brennan.
Keep pushing, keep pushing.
And Nye. Negrelli whipped away from McGovern. Tessier, lovely wide pass. Granzotto is back on and whizzing around the outside, Francesca Granzotto.
No, just knock on.
But knocking it on.
Just knocking at the base.
She's got some gas, hasn't she, Granzotto? First time we've been able to see her in that bit of space where she really opens up. So pulling it out wide, and why not? There she goes, round the outside, pure gas there. Stops and checks.
24 caps for Italy. Granzotto. And Italy kicked their Six Nations campaign off in France on the 11th of April. England playing Ireland that day. Hopefully in front of a packed out Allianz Stadium. That's certainly the ambition. Another fine day in the diary that will be for the Red Roses. Poppy Cleal. Haven't seen her in an England shirt since 2024. Now Poppy Cleal against France. This is bouncing around. Elworthy's come forward for it, and Corrigan onto her.
Tackle, Saracens, release, release.
Elworthy being held up here, but she's fighting her way through.
You've got to release first. The knees on the floor. You need to release first.
I just realised I gave Marion credit earlier when actually it was Poulin who did the awesome take and carry into that. I just realised there because the scrum cap. But I'm so used to seeing her play at fullback when she used to dominate in that position.
Yeah, Meryn Deutsch, previously Meryn Elworthy, of course, and over 100 appearances for the Chiefs.
Yeah, great player. I love how she plays, love her style.
Step out for us.
And then here, getting in the thick of it, wasn't released. So Exeter with the penalty.
She's back after a knee debridement, Kat, Meryn Elworthy, which isn't as serious potentially as it sounds. Cleaning up of the bits that shouldn't be there inside your knee.
Oh, right. I've had a few of those. Didn't know that was what it was called. A clear out, I thought it was. But yeah.
Nye picks to Tessier. Chiefs in the 22, a rare visit in this second half. And they're being countered here by every Saracens forward in the vicinity.
Back foot, Sarries.
Naomi Brennan gets it back for Chiefs. Demi Swan.
Arrive up, White.
Negrelli seals off. And pick and go again. Dare. Saracens flying into contact around the ruck like they are behind in this contest. Tessier trying to get Chiefs on the board for the first time. Poulard is knocked over by two of her compatriots from Canada, and no empathy, sympathy shown at all by Saracens to anybody out there at the moment. This is about them.
Yeah, all about them, and they've started so much better, obviously, than last week. But if they can come away and once it's clear you've got a bonus point win, then you want to nil the opposition to like really stamp your mark. So that's what they'll be desperately trying to do in their defence. They're not going to let up easy.
So that is really the elite mentality, Kat. It is at this level. If you've got your orders to nil someone and you want to keep that, obviously you want to play well personally, but all the amateur rugby players out there, if they were this many points up, they would be thinking, well, this is great, let's throw it around, and if they score a couple of tries, we're not going to worry about it. But The elite mentality is 0-1.
Yeah, that mindset of just nil, like defence, nothing comes through us, because the confidence boost that gives you going into the next week and the week after is like no one comes through us, and that's the mindset, never letting up, never take a step back.
Generosity for those leagues a little further down then.
Yeah. Well, I think as well it's different, isn't it? Because if you're playing in a Prem and you know points difference might come down to it, so you really want to go. If you're playing community rugby, which is great and it's fun, why not throw it around? You don't need to nil people actually. Like, it's just go for it.
Yeah, it's of course that way. Has to be that way with everyone's reputation on the line too. And precious places to play for in respective national teams with that grand old tournament, the Six Nations coming round.
Yeah, no problem. Lucky you.
Kat, favourite Six Nations team for an England player for yourself to have played against?
France. Love playing France. I just think they're brilliant. They would just get the ball wide. They were loose, loads of flair. Like I think, and watching them now, I do really enjoy France.
El Febvre gets absolutely smashed by Amakwale. And Dogood. And Lucy Knight. And McGovern. And the Chiefs' endeavour not dwindling.
Fine, not held.
And for them to be throwing forward into their next fixtures, they need to deliver a blow to Saracens here.
8 series away, thank you. Perfect stay there.
9. Menin gets it away with the no-look pass. Tessier coming through. The quality in this Chiefs team, the names on the sheet dictate that they are going to keep this turned up all the way to the 80. Dalika Menin again. One player holding onto her ankle, another to her upper body. That's what it takes to get her down. Tessier. Allen. Lovely introduction to the back line on that play. Tessier throws it to Granzotto, and that doesn't go to plan.
I think that sums up Exeter's day, really, and I think they're going to be really disappointed if not much changes in this scoreline, because I think they're a better team than this, and I think they would have been expecting a closer result, because they're looking at second v third. You'd expect this game to be close.
(21-12) last season in this particular fixture. 24-14 earlier in the season in November. Chiefs were 14-5 up as well at Sandy Park, and Chiefs so often turn Saracens over at Sandy Park. But it's a different story. Always has been in North London. But this one is a stinging number of points that Chiefs are behind at the moment. They're going to get this back here. Sharp clatters into Naomi Brennan.
Always under pressure, scrum.
Yeah, that one did go forward in their attempt to get it wide, and the offloading and just that last pass crept forward, so Exeter now get that ball back and an opportunity to attack and get something from this game.
Of course, the top 4 is what it's all about for the semi-finals and playoffs. The top 2, if you want to host that semi-final, that is the golden 2 tickets. And Gloucester Hartpury and Saracens, after this result, are going to be sitting very comfortably in those top 2 positions. The Chiefs benefiting from Harlequins losing tonight, or earlier today, I should say, to Sale. So the heat is not going to be kept on them for this result as much as it might have been. What a missed opportunity Quins is lost up at Hayward Road is going to seem to be now to them. And then Trailfinders coming into the proceedings with their win against Leicester today. So they're in 5th. And Loughborough not out of things yet. We'll see how they fare tomorrow.
There's always a bit of a maths challenge, isn't it, when there's uneven numbers in the teams in the Prem? So there's teams with game in hand, and there's always just it's a little bit more complicated to work out.
And there's plenty of games left, of course. This is round 12. There's 18 rounds before we go to semi-finals. And then, of course, the final. 28th of June at the Twickenham Stoop, by the way. Just, if you've got a moment, put that in your shared calendar or in your wall charts. Make sure you're there with us. It's going to be quite a day. And McDougall on for Saracens. Alicia Corrigan steps back. Bundles into Elworthy. Seems to combine outrageous speed with aggression and power, Pula Corrigan, that defies her stature.
Yeah, she's really, really dangerous. She's not had that much ball, but the ball that she has had, she's really made a difference with.
Bryony Field on the park for May Campbell. A lot of people interested in the way she's tracking at the moment. On the outskirts, maybe, of England's radar. Not in that 47-player squad, but doing good things. Bridger ducks in, makes a breakaway for this. Sophie Bridger.
It's not about to about you off the thing you can't play the ball.
I like Bridger as a player. Really like the way that she runs. She's very light on her feet, very evasive going through. So powers through the first tackle, running through. She's always scanning to go offload. Does come off Exeter though.
Sorry, step.
Lucy Knight. Great chance for a lot of the Chiefs bench here to not only get good minutes against Saracens, but to impress as well. And a couple of scores here might influence proceedings in Steve Salvin's mind and his coaching staff. Slung wide. Sharp doesn't take it. Granzotto gets it. Frank the Tank, that Ollie Bishop, the attacks coach, calls Francesca Granzotto. I whisper it quietly though, because I'm not entirely sure she's completely on board with it yet. But that's what's been mooted.
Yeah. I mean, being called a tank's pretty cool.
Yeah, always cool, and particularly in Exeter, in Devon. Thomas the Tank, of course, Thomas Waldron.
Knock on by 6 on the floor.
For the men's team of many a year.
Go for it, knock on.
Frank the Tank, old school reference as well, isn't it? The film.
Yeah.
Iconic character. That might be a
Showing our
difficult one
age.
to explain to
Yeah.
Francesca Granzotto,
Yeah.
who's a lot younger.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, it's getting a little bit
Right, let's
scrappy
go.
now.
Let's go, let's go,
I
let's
would
go.
say, as both teams probably starting to fatigue a little bit, because even though the scoreline 33-0, Exeter have really put their body on the line. They've defended hard. They have done some great carries as well. They've just not come away with the points.
Find. Set.
Now Saracen scrum, look at the momentum. Cleal picks it up, kicks over the top as she sometimes likes to do. Chases after it and gets it! It's Poppy Cleal! 5 metres away, she's hauled down. Saracens keep the momentum high and driving for the line. They'll get there. That is something out of this world. Something to stoke Saturday night fires in North London. Sellers scores it. Cleal creates it.
Oh, that was absolutely beautifully done. And those are the things you can do when you're up ahead. And it really was lovely play there. Great from Cleo to pick from 8. How many players you see pick from 8, chip over the top, regather it, run in. She knows she's not going to make the line, so does really well, presents the ball back, and then beautiful finish from Sellers as well, because she could have quite easily gone into touch, so she stays strong to score that one.
Tori Sellers, the flank forward, not the scrum half. I mean, that's some finish.
Yeah, that's a lot. She got hit hard as well, so managing to keep her body in was just fantastic there. Second post it. She'll not be too happy with that, will she? I mean, but only because of the standard that she sets for herself. She'll want it to be high, but she's been fantastic off the tee tonight.
Packer Loops round, still on with the match well and truly in the bag, but Packer wants more, and she's got more in the sense of a late tackle, so that wasn't quite as enjoyable.
No, and hopefully she's all right as well. So she saw anything that Cleo can do, Packer can do as well. Puts a big old kick from it. Not a bad option as well from there to kick. And I think when it's on, this isn't a case of always just kicking it for the sake of it and people saying, oh, they shouldn't do it. Smart playing and then putting boot to ball when you've seen it can just be so effective because no one is expecting it.
Saracens. Number 8, Poppy Cleo. Number 10,
No doubt she was hit late, very late. The referees were in no doubt that it was illegal.
Number 19, Louise McMillan.
Yeah, and you just don't need to do those ones at all. They're the silly penalties that like really frustrate coaches.
Correction there, number 22, Emma Hardy.
But you know she's going to stay on.
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt. You rarely ever see Packer not do an 80.
She said in the week, tellingly, I think, Marley Packer, she talks about this match coming up. She did the media rounds, and she said, the way we're going to play this weekend. She didn't say the way we want to play this weekend, as most players would phrase it. She tellingly said, the way we are going to play this weekend is like this.
Yeah, she's very direct, and you know, there's some media trained answers, and then there's some real honest answers, and she'll always give you an honest answer.
She goes again, Marley Packer. That's why everybody is so fond of her, and England have valued her for so many years. What a player.
On the ball, play on.
Corrigan. Sellers. Works along the line with McDougall and Bridger, and Breach draws in Paige Farries.
Back foot.
In the 23 jersey. Saracens looking ominous again. On Makwale. But they did knock on.
Yeah, so Exeter will be pretty happy with that there, because they were looking like they were really building into Sarries getting that danger zone, aren't they? As soon as they get 5 meters out, there's just something seems to click in their mind, and they're in that red zone and they start going for it.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Stay there, 9. Stay there, 9.
Negrelli picks up at the base. Nye not having clean ball here at all. Saracens furiously looking for this.
Sarries lost.
Nye now has more space. That's gone high and not all the way to touch, so Saracens can start again inside Chiefs 22. And they are really in the mood for more points here.
Advantage, knock on.
Louise McMillan
Advantage, knock on black.
knocks that on, and a reprieve for the Chiefs.
Yeah, and I think once Sarries, you know, they're getting a lot of ball now, not of possession. Errors can start to creep into it, but Exeter just want to get something in from this game.
The last 10 minutes. Come on, you Sarries.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Play away. Stay there, 9.
McGovern. Tessier, oh, she was well positioned to set the back line off after that, but just didn't take it with her.
Okay, no advantage.
Given the number of handling
Scrum. She's fine.
she has in a match, that's been her only blemish tonight.
Yeah, she's not quite been firing on a usual standard, you could say, and that one in particular she'll be disappointed with. Not that in the context of this game it's going to be the the make or break part of it, but just I think everyone sighed. You could hear in production sighing. We were sighing just because it's like it's just not been their night tonight at all. Nothing seems to have stuck.
Kat, with the player of the match in mind, shortlisting. Will you talk us through some of your options? Who you've been thinking through when we get a chance? Actually, we might cued you in at the wrong point there.
Yeah, you set me up to fail there.
That's
but
on
that's
me.
all right.
That's
Yeah,
on
don't
me.
worry. I'll remember it. I won't hold it against you.
Gabriel Senft. Off the base. McDougall, nice jink and bit of space found for the England under-20 international. Packer.
Advantage, high tackle,
Held high.
advantage.
And they'll play with an advantage here. Liz Craik is on. Nice carry from Liz Craik. And Macaulay. Still a handful in the 75th minute.
No advantage, high tackle. Down the left.
Zoe Dare got a
Time off.
bang on the head.
Thanks, mate.
Here we go. So if there's a knock, we can talk about players now. So Immaculee's been outstanding. Think she's done some great work. I think Zoe Harrison has really controlled the game well, but Poppy Cleal right from minute one. Like even before she did her amazing kick, chip chase through, she's just done so much hard work. 2 tries. She's been playing at 9. She's got great vision, offloading, hands as well as carrying. It's been fantastic.
So is that the shortlist, or you're picking one out of the 3?
That was my shortlist. Yeah, I think we want to do it after the game. I think they're telling me in my ear, so I won't commit just yet.
It was just the storytelling cues there that were giving away your choice of the Cat Merchant.
Yes.
If anyone wants to write in before we get to the end of the match on who it might be, please do.
Prizes for guessing.
Crouch!
Marley Packer driving the standards. Vocal on the ref's mic from the early minutes as Cat Merchant you picked out, and still now Chiefs with a good nudge on here. Sellers bouncing around, Bridger doesn't take that. McDougall can't risk it, or it'll be a intentional offside.
I think when it starts to get like this and it's knock-ons all over the place, as a player when you're out there, you're like, oh, just end it. Both sides really will be thinking now with 4 minutes to go. And I mean, stay tuned, listeners. Please don't go anywhere. But out there, sometimes you're like, please just blow this whistle.
For all the amateur rugby players out there, Kat, you will be speaking for them particularly.
Yeah, definitely.
It's good to know that those thoughts occur at the higher levels too.
Oh, and especially like if it was cold and raining from the kickoff, I'd be like, just end this. Yeah.
It's an awfully long time, 80 minutes sometimes, isn't it?
We once had a game out in Canada and the pitch was so flooded, and Claire Allen, a great player, played for England, and she got tackled into this puddle, and she said she thought she was going to drown. It was that wet, and it was just pouring with rain, and all of us in the back three were looking at each other like, what is this? Why do we play an outdoor sport?
Francesca Granzotto, she's away! Now this will light up the StoneX. Chips ahead. But Saracens shut it down. Just as there was a glimmer of light for the Chiefs in Granzotto, it's being turned against the Chiefs by Packer and Sellers and McDougall. And what a performance from 1 to 23 this is turning into be. Packer. And remember, Saracens won last weekend. They're not reacting to a big loss or anything. They took the 5 points. And yet this is the reaction. Against the third place team in the league. A massive statement. Goodness me, they've come on since that first round loss to Gloucester Hartpury. Breakaway here. Laken from Macmillan. Sellers. Everyone lining up. Emma Hardy on in the centres now. Liz Craik.
Chiefs just seeing black and red everywhere they look. And Saracens seamlessly forming up around the ball to pick and go, to go for the line again with Royer. So close. Macaulay reaches. And it'll be a conversation. That conversation ends with the referee's arm in the air. Julia Macaulay.
Yeah, she's had a great game today. Really has stood out, so fair to her to get a try to her name as well and extend that lead even more. It's been an absolute display of rugby this evening from Saracens, and Exeter have been left wanting. The speed of ball comes around, and then the power from Immaculate to finish here.
Amelia McDougall with the kicking duties now. Sets it off in the right direction. McDougall adds another 2 points to the tally tonight.
Yeah, they've been given a masterclass of rugby, I believe, tonight. Saracens, as you said, not reacting because they did get the bonus point win last week. I think they maybe had a chat about let's do a full 80, and they've delivered.
Try scored by number 21, Amelia McDougall.
Corrigan. Negrelli, nice pass to Do Good.
Saracens scores 5.
Next match for Saracens, by the way, is against their London counterparts in Quinns on the 7th of March at the Twickenham Stoop, so 2 weeks' time. They look in good shape for that contest. Tessier moves this along the line nicely to Emma, to Naomi Brennan, excuse me. They're coming all the way back.
6 in a row.
So one last go at it. Sometimes teams will just take the 3 just so they haven't got a 0 to their name, but they're backing themselves to get a few more.
El Febri just checks the call, and Demi Swan goes back to her position. Can the Chiefs get over the line with Negrelli and Allen still on, still plundering away at the base of this maul? They're moving in the right direction, Chiefs.
Release, Marley, release.
Packer told to release. Chiefs waiting for this ball to come back. They'll have the penalty. Do Good picks and goes, borrows ahead. She's been endeavourous tonight. Do Good. Chiefs reach for it. They've not been this close in the whole match. In the very last play of it, can they work their way through? McGovern cuts back, still not taken. Macaulay puts an end to that. Chiefs forming up again with another advantage, and Febri. And Rogers, she's so good from this kind of distance. She rolls and hasn't got that down.
They were still playing with the advantage, so they go back. One more shot at it.
Last try scored by number 4, Julia Macaulay. Conversion successful by Amelia McDougall.
How much does a try here change the Chiefs' mood, Kat, after a match like this?
Oh, it would do. No one wants to be nilled. No one ever wants to be nilled. You want something to come from it. So just that little boost.
2 penalties quite quick. That's fine. You take that for the penalty. No, we're already held up over the line.
There's a bit of cramp going on there, which can happen when you've covered as much ground as she has. Yeah.
She stretches it off. It is cramp and takes her place in the line.
Straight in.
So Menin, Swan, it's Menin who goes. Rogers who'll go next. And how many times has she worked her way over from these positions, Hope Rogers. Little dart and go, and Allen is so close. The white jerseys aiming to end with something to show for their efforts tonight. They're there. It comes at the very end, and it comes through Hope Rogers. She strikes from close range. She's deadly in any situation, even when your team have been beaten in the way that they have been. Rogers scores.
Yeah, it's a little consolation, but it means a lot, and you could see that with the players when Hope Rogers scores. And you're right, she's such a go-to player in these tight situations where they want to get a try. But players around her, it just means something, because they actually come away with something. They've worked hard, they have deserved a try tonight, and they've got one.
So McGovern bends it in. Chiefs end with a 7-pointer to take home, back down to the West Country and to Devon, but wounds will be licked after this. They have been outplayed, outmuscled. There's been nothing that the Saracens haven't been better at tonight, and that'll take some thought-provoking moments, I suppose, Cat Merchant, for this Exeter Chiefs team.
Yeah, you could see it in their faces. They were very serious. They're almost, some of them looking a bit like, what just happened? You can clearly were not expecting it.
45 points to 7. Saracens beat the Exeter Chiefs. Second, trounces third in the PWR. Cat Merchant, time for your player of the match.
Well, I think it will come to no shock to you, but I'm going to go for Poppy Cleal. She was absolutely outstanding. I'd actually already picked her before she did her kick. I was just buzzing it through to production to say it's going to be Cleal. As I said it, she did a beautiful chip over the top, and I was like, yeah, that confirmed it. But no, she was everywhere tonight, and she just puts her body on the line so much. Her offloading ability, her 2 tries as well, her power, her picks from 8, just all of it, just really good. It's not just the power runs, it's the ability to offload off of it as well. There she goes again. Gets 2 tries to her name as well. What a player.
Kat, what about England for Poppy? She hasn't played for 2 years almost. Is that door still open for her?
Yeah, well, you'd like to think so, wouldn't you? If players are putting in performances at club, why not? But then when it's new World Cup cycles, sometimes they look for blooding younger players coming through. But, performances like that tonight, why would you not want her in your England squad?
Well, we're hoping to speak to Poppy Cleal and getting some reaction from pitch side. But right now, let's have a whiz back through the tries of tonight and how Saracens ran amok in North London.
So Saracens starting really strong with that break from breach. And great strength from Cleal, player of the match, to finish it off. And similarly, that back inside pass, really strong, keeping that ball alive. And then they just get in close, and they're just so good. Saracens really did outmuscle Exeter at times, and this being one of them as Poppy goes over for her second. And then Saracens just doing what they do best as well off their line-outs. And who other than Marley Packer to get herself over the line. They really were relentless tonight. Exeter just had no answers despite having some brief moments of excitement. Kelsey Clifford working really hard as well, getting her try. Great break here as well from Sharp. Really nice run in. Takes 3 defenders to take her down. And then this beautiful kick from Harrison over for Corrigan, who takes this. It's not an easy take when you're running full pelt and you know you've got cover defenders coming across to get you. Just a beautifully weighted kick, really technically sound. Great finish. Dominant turnover scrum with that one, and then Cleo. This is the one. This is the moment. The chip over the top. You don't often see number 8s willing to do that. And then the support play. And from Sellers as well, really great here to not go into touch because she was so close to that touchline. So great strength off it. But yeah, there's that kick from 8 off a pick off the scrum. That one's going to go in her own personal highlights reel for sure. Surreys weren't finished though, and a nice offload in from behind. They really did work that offloading game so well into this. And the forwards finished off by Immaculée, who we've bigged up quite a lot this game, as we rightly should have. But it was final from Hope Rogers. Scores for Exeter. And Jack is down pitch side with player of the match, Poppy Cleo.
Poppy Cleo, the player of the match, congratulations. A fantastic performance from yourself tonight. After coming off the bench last weekend, getting a starting role, taking a chance, once again underlining your credentials for everyone to see, to be reminded of again. But how much did you enjoy yourself out there?
Yeah, no, it was good fun. Yeah, like you said, I come off the bench last week. I don't think I started a game this year, so it was good to get the starting shirt. And Mo said before the game, welcome back. And I said, hang on a minute, Mo, I was playing the last couple of weeks. He was no, but welcome back. Go have fun out there. And yeah, it was good fun.
It felt like old school Saracens, yourself and Marley bossing it up front. You obviously started much quicker than last weekend. Presumably that was a massive work on this week to come out the blocks firing.
Yeah, no, 100%. Being here at 7:30 in the evening, we have our pre-match meal. It felt like training, like coming out. I used the same exit that we had training at, and I was just like, right, treat it like training, just get out there, sort of relax into it and just go for it. And I think that's what we did, and we just worked really well together. Like you say, we started well, and once you got that continuity and momentum, you know, we can't let go of that. And I think against the top 4 teams, so third in the league, we did that, and we held on to that momentum for the majority of that game.
There was a belligerence in your persistency to go all the way to the 80. And tell us about what conversations you were having to make sure you kept your foot on the pedal, because it is quite rare to see a team be able to push all the way through when you're that far ahead.
I think we had a huddle in the middle, and I think it was send them back down the M4 with the tail between their legs and enjoy that 4-hour bus journey home. I think that generally was said, and I think that when you come away from like Exeter, when we go to Exeter, it's so hard to beat Exeter at Exeter because of that journey, because of that, you know, you've got it in your legs, you've got to wake up quick and you've got to start well. And when we started well, I knew that it was going to be a sort of a good day at the office. And Exeter are a great team. They've got some great players, like Maisie Allen's been playing outstandingly well this year. And I think to put that performance against them, I think Marley showed how it's done really out there. So it was a good performance against a great Exeter side, and I think we're just going to be excited to push on for the remainder of the season.
Well, look, you are the player of the match, so we've got to give you your due awards. Here you go. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. Got to ask you, England, and if you're having any conversations around that, what you're hearing, any feedback, and the possibility of maybe getting back in the England squad, is that something that people are talking about to you?
You know, a wise woman, Rachel Burford, told me, you never retire from international duty, you just don't get picked anymore. And I think that's where I am. I'm enjoying my rugby here. I'm still playing. You know, if anyone rang me or wanted to pick the phone, of course, I'm going to answer it as quick as you can. But at the end of the day, I'm here enjoying my rugby. I've got other stuff going on in my career, and I'm sort of enjoying that at the moment and getting stuck in and meeting some new people. So I think I'm just enjoying it, and I'm just so happy and grateful to be here at the Stone X and playing for the Saracens.
Well, look, well played tonight. It was a pleasure to watch you. Will you just finally talk to us through your mindset, picking the ball up at number 8 and kicking it and getting it back? I mean, you knew it was kind of bounce back to you, right?
All I can say is my legs don't work like they used to before. That's all I can say.
You would have run it in the olden days.
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah. Okay. Well done. Enjoy the celebrations with your team. Thanks a lot for joining us here.
Cool, thank you.
Well, Poppy Cleal, wonderful to have your company. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Yeah, off you go. Cheers. Cat Merchant, there we go.
Yeah, okay.
So, great performance from Poppy, of course. And it was an old school feel to the way Saracens played. And do you think that was maybe part of some of the senior leadership's conversations, like, we know our DNA ultimately, let's go back to it a little bit. Kevin Rouet's here, we've got this new game model, and it's brilliant, and it worked, and we won the match last weekend, but there's still that essence of who we are and that team that won the 3 championships.
I think going back to doing what you do well is never a bad thing for a side. Just going, okay, we are great at this, let's do that. Then it can open up all the flair play, because they're not just a team that just uses their forwards. We've seen they utilised their backs as well, and they were really important into that game, but when it comes down to it, their pack just absolutely bullied, they dominated, and it got them so far into the game.
Saracens moving up the table, and where do Chiefs go from here? Do you write these things off quite quickly in elite rugby?
I think they have to write it off. I think they have to, I mean, they need to do the homework on it, and they will review, they'll see where they went wrong. They were outclassed today. I don't think Exeter did anything crazily wrong. I think they weren't as clinical as they could have been. A few drop balls where normally they wouldn't have, but I don't think they need to overhaul the complete way they play or anything like that. I think that Saracens just really showed up.
Gloucester Hartpury in action tomorrow. Can we have a conversation now and say there's a real challenger to Gloucester Hartpury, despite the fact that Saracens got so outplayed at the start of the season? This is a very different set of girls right now.
It is. I think I did just have that thought actually when I was watching them at the end. I was like, this is a side actually that could maybe, because Gloucester Hartpury just run away with it, and they don't really, no one believes anyone can beat them. But Saracens tonight, they put in a performance that made you think maybe they could.
Well, we've got a round tomorrow, of course, to round off Gloucester Hartpury against Loughborough Lightning. Then it's a 2-week break until we begin things again. What you need to know is that the BBC iPlayer game is going to be Friday the 6th of March. It's going to be Exeter Chiefs in action again against Gloucester Hartpury. That's going to be a great one to watch. Please join us for that, and we've got games coming up towards the end of the season. We're out for 2 weeks now, and both sets of teams will have to review things and work again. And we'll go again, and we'd love to have your company for it as well when we get the next block before the Six Nations. It's a busy time of year for rugby. It's a busy time of the year for the PWR. Thanks for joining us tonight. Have a great rest of the weekend.
New era.